Kick and chase by Mullen. Kick and chase again by Mullen. It'll be a miracle. Oh, it is a miracle. Fafita tries to crash his way over. He does. Fafita got the ball over the line.
Hunter's kick is over the sideline for a 40-20.
Yeah, g'day champions and welcome to 40-20 Sports. Today we're going to have a bit of a change of pace. We're going to run away from the supercoach realm of stuff that we usually go into on the podcast and the show. We're going to have a little look at our second love for the NRL, which is punting. Now, I know punting can be a difficult thing for most people, well, some people anyway, around this time of year when the footy comes on and that. So I understand that's a hard thing for some people. I don't want everyone to think that that's all we're going to go into now. We will still keep the supercoach side of things up and running for those who are not keen on the punting side of stuff. But it's one of our hobbies here at 40-20 Sports. We had a bit of a year last year where we got up about 10 grand in the green. So that was really good to get one on the charity that is Sportsbet that we donate to most years. Good to get one over them for a year, which is very surprising. Usually doesn't happen for us. But yeah, look, we're going to run into this. We're going to call it a bit of a segment. We're going to go with the Orange Peelers Punt Club. We just want to get a bit of an interaction with people, get people sending in your bet slips. We had a couple last year that sent through some big wins, extraordinary wins. We just want to promote a bit more of that, and for the punter out there. We're going to go with the Orange Peelers. I think the Orange Peelers Punt Club, that sort of sums us up. We're not really an integral part of this podcasting game or integral part of Instagram or sports in general. But look, we're just happy to be involved. So the Orange Peelers is what we'll run with. How we're going to go about it is each game we're going to put into three segments. It'll be the best bets, which will be $2 or more worth of value, the long shot, which will be $10 or more worth of value, and then you're kidding, which will be $50 or more worth of value. We're going to put this on. We'll probably put $15 on the best bet, $10 on the long shot, and then $5 on the you're kidding, just to keep us a little bit interested and see if we can't get one of these Hail Mary sort of wins every now and again. So yeah, anyway, what we'll do is we'll pick the two most valuable games that we see of the round. We'll run with that, as that'll be our predominant thing. We'll post that onto our 40-20 Sports page on Instagram. Hopefully we get a bit of interaction, like I said, with you guys about that. If anyone is keen on this whole punting business that seems to take over Australia around this time of the year when the footy is on, we would love to see some big bets come through and you guys winning a heap of stack of money. So anyway, we will get stuck into it. For the first game, tomorrow is Vegas. Well, it'll be today when you see this, more than likely. This is quite late, 11 o'clock at night. So 11 a.m, Raiders versus the Warriors. I really like the look of both these teams. They both trialled really well. I think they've got a very fast outside backs, 1 to 7 are quite strong. Probably not going to feature in my top 8, any of these guys. I did have the Warriors there, but I'm a little bit up in arms about them. I think they're going to have a decent year, but I think they're predominantly going to win a lot of games at home. I'm not sure how they're going to go over in Vegas. They don't like travelling to Sydney or Australia, so it'll be very interesting to see how they travel to Vegas. But I mean, the Raiders are in the same boat. They're all taking long trips over there. Look, for the best bet of this one, it's how we're going to run it. This is the $2 or more feature that is going on with us today. I've got neither team to race to 30 points. So I don't think either team will get 30 points. I think there'll be quite a handy amount of points scored in this one, but I think it's going to be around 22 to 24 or something relative around there, how I see it. So neither team to get the 30 points into the Raiders with 6.5 start. Now that bumps us up to a whopping $2.20. But like I said, this is our best bet. I see this more than likely happening than not. I think both teams have really good forward packs, which will probably impact neither team getting to 30. But like I said, they do have a lot of speed on the outside backs with these guys. That again, there will be enough points that I think they will do a bit of damage there and there will be opportunities arise. I probably think the Warriors run away with it, but I don't think by much. That's why I've got Canberra with 6.5 start. I like them. I think their forward pack is trialled well against the Sharks. They look to handle the Sharks forward pack in the opening 10-15 minutes there really well, so we'll run with that. For our long shot, this one here is paying $11.25. We did make a bet return with this one, so always good and handy to have those sort of things there. Look, total match points, like I said, I think it's going to be around this 24 to 22 sort of mark. So the line there that they've got is $42.50. I think they'll cover that. I'm not saying by a lot, But the Vegas, everyone was talking about how skinny the fields were over in Vegas, but they weren't allowing for how fast-paced the game was. The track's really dry. It's perfect conditions for rugby league football. The refs always seem to let it go a little bit as well. Sorry, not always, but the last 2 games that we saw on last year, I'm sure that is a way to try and promote the game of rugby league. I think they're going to let these 2 teams flow, and if they do, their big boys could get a bit tired, and the smaller men, like I said, that have got some speed, may run through the guts there. Look, we've sort of mirrored that with 2 try scorers here. We've got Ali Leotau. He tried really, really well for the Warriors on that right-hand edge. He's a dominant ball runner. We saw a little snippet of him last year. He looked really, really comfortable with what was going on in that rugby league side. Has Tane Tuapiki outside him as well, so I'm not too sure about how much he uses him. He's a bit of a smaller body. I think there's every chance that he just sort of runs himself. Dummies goes to the line. He's big enough. I think he'll crash over for one. KO Weeks is the other one. Looked really promising in the trials as well. Had that awesome runaway where he got to set up a try there for Ethan Strange. I think he has every chance of scoring a try against this team. I think his work through the middle is really handy. He is predominantly a half that we've seen him last year, but the last couple of games he had last year, really, really promising there in that fullback role. I think getting that at $11.25, I think it's nearly a bargain. All we've got there is 2 try scorers and then a line cover for the total match points there. So $11.25, I think that is good value for our long shot. For our, you're kidding. We've come in at $79 for this one, so hold on to your G-strings because we've gone a little bit rogue, but nothing too crazy. Again, we've only got 3 legs. We like to keep this all at 3 legs to keep it nice, short and sharp. Sorts a lot of confusion out. I don't like going these bets where you have a 25-leg thing that pays $95. I think that's a little bit crazy. It's too many variables. Again, we've gone for the 2 try scorers into a big win, little win margin. So I've gone for New Zealand Warriors 1-12. It sort of covers our other bets as well, saying that we think it's going to be a reasonably close game. So Canberra Raiders 6.5 start. I see New Zealand Warriors sort of winning, but in between that little margin there. So we've gone the Warriors 1-12. Our 2 try scorers that we've gone for to get it up to $79. Wade Egan. Now a little bit of a curly one with Wade Egan. Talking about Supercoach, I've picked him as my number 9 for Supercoach. I love the fact that he's going to play 80 minutes. He's very creative around that dummy half role. I think the fact that he has now got Mitch Barnett and James Fisher-Harris, quick play the balls there. He's also got Jackson Ford coming off the bench, who is, again, he has been known as a back rower, but he gets to his feet really well. I think if they can get nice and close to the try line, he does like to be a little bit creative. He sets a lot of tries up, but I'm just thinking with him playing the 80 minutes, I think there's going to be an opportunity where he gets a little bit of a sniff close to the line. My other one here is paying about $5 for an anytime try scorer at the moment. That is Zach Hosking. I understand he's coming off an injury cloud of the calf muscle injury. But look, I really like him. He was phenomenal at the start of the season. Last year when he got the start with Elliot Whitehead being pulled out of that, I can see a world where he sort of gets, I'm not sure he's going to get 80 because he's had a very limited preseason, but I think he's going to get 60 to 70 minutes. They've got Owen Paddy, the young hooker. He comes on the bench for them, so I see a lot of value in Zach Hosking being outside there. He's also outside Jamal Fogarty, which is a really good place to be because he is the dominant ball-playing half in that side. So that comes in at $79. We've got $5 on that. We're basically up around near $400. We've got the bet return on that one as well, so that's really good. But yeah, that's for the Raiders-Warriors game. We've got those locked in. We'll have them up on our Instagram page probably early morning before the Vegas round. I know that's an early kickoff at 11, so there's very limited time in between seeing this, but this is sort of a last-minute thing that we're going to run with. For the next game, Penrith versus Sharks. Now, this is a very interesting one because we have seen absolutely bugger all of the Penrith Panthers side. Seen a lot of the Sharks in the trials. I think they look really good. They've put 2 really strong sides out for their trial matches, so I think we've got a bit of a scenario where we know what we're going to get from the Sharkies. Penrith Panthers, no fucking idea. They have not trialled. They haven't put their full strength trial. The audacity for them to say, look, we're not putting a team out for trials. We're just going to send the boys over to Vegas and we think they'll handle it. I think it's incredible. I think it's crazy. I think if any team can do it, it will be the Penrith Panthers. But I'm leaning in more to thinking that the Sharks may just get this one over the Penny Panthers. I know that's a big move. Penrith Panthers 4 times champions. Have started slow the last 2 years. The last 2 years they've lost their opening round. I think going to Vegas, maybe they're well rested. They've been doing a lot of pose sessions at training, something like that, but it just doesn't equate to a real game. I think the Cronulla Sharks having Adam Fanua-Blake in their squad this year, I think gives them that alpha male front row forward, that they have been needing to be a premiership contender. I think this year they're going to be a premiership contender. Penny Panthers, they'll be premiership contenders as well, but I think losing James Fisher-Harris, they've sort of lost their main man. Moses Leota is still there. He's going to do a wonderful job, no doubts. I'm just very concerned over the fact that the Penrith Panthers are looking very... not that they're looking, we haven't even seen them yet, but they're a little bit depleted for this round. Brian Tyers are laid out. Big one for them as well is Liam Henry is out. He was a really good part of their system and really good part of their year last year. I think he's going to be a really big part of it this year with the loss of the Fish. But again, I just think they may come in a little bit underdone. Also with the side that they've picked, the back line that they've got there, Dylan Edwards, he's an absolute gun, New South Wales, Australian fullback. But Casey McLean on the wing, he's a little bit unknown. I know he had a really good back end of the year in the Pacific Championships. 4 tries in one game, looks like a hell of a prospect. But again, it was a New Zealand team up against a PNG side. So I don't know how much you can sort of read into that. They've got Paul Alamotti, who is a noted centre. He's playing on the Sting. Luke Gardner, he goes into the centres. I don't think he's played in the centres since he was with the Tigers there. Isaac Targo, he's up and down as well on his day. I mean, all these guys, they are fantastic defenders. So this is something they've obviously gone for the start of the season. They haven't trialled, so they're going to go, righto, we're going to put our best defensive side out there, which is why I think Jack Cole has got the rub over Blaze Tulagi as well in the 6. Just defensive-wise, they're going to try and... I feel like they're going to try and win this game 12-6 if they win it, or 12-8 or something. If Penrith were to win, I think that's the avenue that they're going to run down. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game, regardless of how fast the track is. I think they're going to heavily rely on their forwards to just meat and potato sort of action, straight up and into them, and then they'll try and win by a try, just by grinding the Sharks down into it. Again, I'm not sure how well that's going to work with it being no trials. It's such a thing that, you need a bit of game time in your legs, I think. As being a rugby league player in the past, I think the trials are where you do your most scrappy football before you get in there for round 1. So it'll just be interesting to see how scrappy they are or how well they adapt to not having a preseason under their belt, basically. Anyway, for this one, the best bet there, we've got that in at $3.30. We have got the unders. Like we said, I think the Penrith Panthers are going to try and win this one 12-6. I think the Sharkies may have a few little errors in their game out wide, so they'll stick to being up the guts more than not. So under 39.5, so under 40 points there, basically, we're going to run with there for the Sharkies. And I've got Cronulla Sharks with 3.5 head start. I think even if Penrith Panthers do win, like I said, they're going to try and grind it out. I've got the Sharkies. I think the Sharkies probably do a job on them, but to get them with 3.5 start and get that best bet at $3.30, we'll chuck the $15 on them. For our long shot, $22 is this one, $22.25. We will chuck this one up. Like I said, I think the Cronulla Sharks more than likely are probably going to win this one based purely on the fact that the Panthers haven't trialled. So I've got the Sharkies 1-12. I think they'll still be very good defensively, the Panthers, but I think the Cronulla Sharks, with the way that their forwards were rolling with the Canberra Raiders back towards the end of that trial, Adam Fanua-Blake, good inclusion. I've got that. Cronulla Sharks 1-12 there for me. Sammy Stonestreet. Now, he's an interesting one because he's got, in his last 5 NRL games, he's got 8 tries. So he is a little bit undervalued, I think, with that. I think if any other team had a winger that was well-known, I think that if Mulatalo had something like that, he would be paying $1.60, $1.70. So to get him over $2 for an anytime try scorer, he's on that right-hand edge. They love going down either side, really, but I think 8 tries in 5 games. He's very good value outside of $2 anytime try scorer. We're going Sammy Stonestreet for 1, and the ever-reliable, I know he's coming off a shoulder injury, but Dylan Edwards. I think he is good value there for an anytime try scorer. Bundle that up into $22. That's fantastic odds. For our... You're kidding. We only just scraped in with this one, $50.75. Again, keeping it nice and short. Three try scorers here we've gone, just the 3 legs here. Talking about that man before, Adam Fanua-Blake, with the Panthers not having a great deal of trial time, not having a great deal of proper rugby league football under their belts. I think there is a world where Adam Fanua-Blake, he's one of the most damaging front row forwards at try scoring. I think he has every chance of crashing over for one, just tired defenders. They've got a young rookie coming off the bench for the Panthers. I think he's only played the 2 or 3 NRL games. I think Blake Brayley will really like to focus in on those guys getting a bit tired with no trials, no fitness under their belt, so to speak. Adam Fanua-Blake to crossover for one, and then I have, on a roughie, gone 2 Penrith Panthers try scorers. Isaac Targo looks to be the centre outside Nathan Cleary's edge. I think Nathan Cleary is going to get a lot of ball. He's going to be the most dominant half out there. Jack Cole, he'll play second fiddle, so that left edge may not see as much ball. Isaac Targo, I think, is a pretty decent option there for the Penny Panthers, just because he will get fed a lot more ball through the likes of Nathan Cleary, and Dylan Edwards will probably sweep out that way as well. I like him. He's a very strong attacking player. Every chance of going over for a meaty. Keeping with the right edge of the Penrith Panthers, Liam Martin, Clive Churchill medalist from last year's grand final. I've got him crashing over for an anytime try scorer as well. I think Nathan Cleary likes to do a lot of out the back, and then he hits the short man running. I think Liam Martin is probably one of the best in the game at doing that little short ball action. We saw it in the grand final. I've got him in there as an anytime try scorer. I think he's good value. I think the Yakidans at $50, nearly spot on, $50.75. $5 there, we walk away with 250 bones. So really good options, I think. I think that is where we're going to lie. We will put that stuff up on our Instagram, like I said. Keep this little thing nice and short and sharp for you guys with only the 2 games. But yeah, like I said, the Vegas is rubbing off on us, I think. So we've started a little segment here. Look, I'll put this up. Please share with us. Jump onto our Instagram account if you aren't already. Please like and subscribe this stuff. The Orange Peelers Punt Club, we will get it going. We will keep it going for the whole year. Hope we see a bit of interaction with you guys over this sort of stuff, and we'll catch you later. Take care.